Hello, good morning, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me for another Saints and Angels Oracle deck reading for our week to come. It is March 21st, 2025. We are I was just almost gonna rhyme, but I'm not gonna be that corny. It's spring equinox, pretty much. That time, give or take hours and where you are in the world and all of that. It's an equinox of fall or spring, depending on where you are, but spring for me. Special day. Energies are so fun. It's that 3 energy today, really childlike, extra special. And I'm definitely super excited to see what the cards have in store for us for the week to come. I hope you were able to catch the 4-card reading that turned into a 5-card reading, transitory kind of reading preliminary to the spring equinox. I did it on St. Patrick's Day, and yeah, so such the same quality of energy, refreshing, vitalizing, youthful, exciting, curious, all those kind of qualities really came through in the reading as well. Along with a strong purpose and a strong energy. Yeah, it's interesting times and dynamics for sure. If you weren't able to see that yet, I'll put a link down in the description so you have an easy point of reference if you're interested in checking that reading out. Otherwise, welcome to my channel. If you are new, I do these every Friday, and the first Friday of every month I give, or we receive, and I give my opinion, I guess, and my translation on one tarot card that is sort of our theme for the whole month. And then each Friday I choose a angel card reference as an anchor point or piece of support, guidance, maybe working, sort of an exercise, a spiritual kind of nudge for us to work through the thematic scenarios that the tarot card brings up in new, dynamic, changing ways throughout the month. So yeah, that's what I offer here in these readings. Thanks for joining me. If you are a returning audience, thank you so much for coming back and being a good audience, being a part of the energy that gathers here each week. I really come to love this practice and doing all this, and all of the great friendships and comments and different people I've met through doing this. So thanks to everyone. Welcome, and let's get down to it, I guess, right? Going to do a quick little... Oh, I did all that preliminary about the theme and then I didn't even talk about it. I'm going to get my water, actually. Sorry to be so candid, but yeah, necessary. Hydration. Theme for our month for March is the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. The Ace of Cups. And we had the 5 of Cups reversed for February. And so, what a sequence, what a combination to roll through. And yeah, I won't get caught up in all of the explanations on the cards. If you're interested in hearing more about the themes, or if you are new, you could check back at the earlier, the first of the month reading. Maybe I'll try to throw that in the description too, for anybody, in case people want to go back and see the theme for the month and really hear me talk about it at length, ad nauseum, for certain. But I'm not going to exhaust our ears right now. Let's do what we came to do, right? So I'm going to lead us through a little bit of a grounding, calming down, to become a gracious, good audience is what I like to see it as, to settle our energy and get ready to listen, and to offer out beforehand, in free service, freely offered, attention, love and light, a calm energy, a place of peace, and an open space for the cards to speak in and through, and for us to receive back, right? A good space of receivership as well. We're creating this actionary open space to have listening happening by sitting down, by calming ourselves, and doing the meditative work first. Yeah, we can think about it. We could say, oh yeah, we know about that. We've done it. Here, let me just get my deck out. But to go through the actions of it, right, and to really take a moment is so precious. It's so important. It takes 2 minutes. Well, sometimes it's longer. But it really does help. And it not only is it an actionary thing of creating space and offering out to the cards high frequencies, love, appreciation, and gratitude, but also it creates the space for us to receive openly the messages more clearly for ourselves, to receive them up into us and to let them soak in the way they need to feed whatever sprouts, blossoms, things that are growing in there, that the message within the card is really meant to unfold and do work throughout the week with. That's much bigger than just the initial image and imprint that we get when we just look at the picture and we read a bit of the blurb and we talk about what we get out of it. The actionary slowing down and calming the self and doing the space and the work helps that it's like good gardening, it's having fertile soil for those things to seep in for later in the week. And they do for me, and they create such great working for me throughout the week. And I hear from others who feel the same way. And if you do, and you'd love to comment, please feel always free to put comments below or send me emails about personal experiences or synchronicities or things the cards mean to you. I always love to hear new nuances, different input. So yeah, feel free. Anyways, 3rd time's a charm. Let's get down to business. On a 3-3. Oh, I love that. I wasn't even thinking of that, but yeah. So I'm going to close my eyes and really actually lead us and calm down now. You're welcome to calm your eye. Yep, calm your eyes. Close your eyes too. Or you can relax your gaze. Or if you're doing something else, that's okay. This is not going to be a whole hypnosis, so feel free to be doing whatever it is you are doing. Fix my light here a little. Just feel more present in yourself. It's creating more conscious awareness and really about just creating a peace of mind and a place of space that you feel physically connected to and alive and awake within. So here we go. Closing down the eyes, finally. Relaxing down into the moment. Practicing that flash of surrender. See yourself maybe plopping down into a comfy chair, your favorite spot, in the dust motes rising, the energy swirling, everything coming down to the seat, into the now. Take a moment to feel your breath. Feel that air around you. Notice today in the now, how does it settle down? Are there sounds around you? Can you work to detach from distractions? Snip those cords. Shut the blinds. Give yourself this beautiful time, these few fleeting moments to quiet down, to remember your center, and to step into your heart center, that grateful center place within the eye of the storm, so to speak. That inwards place and space of calm. Allow the breath to connect you. Lead the way. See that chair you sat down in again and know that it is inside this heart center. Feel the calm, peaceful air permeating. Drink it in. Notice golden or deep green light, sunny day, the rays through the green, stained glass windows of the beautiful heart center, shining with glorious green lighting all around you. Perhaps the windows are even open. You can see the treetops, forest around you, and the green of nature is the lighting. The organic, lovely, vibrant green of life. Let that merge with the gold of the rays of the sun shining down, meeting you, touching your heart, just as it touches the windows of the heart center at the same time. Same work in different ways. Breathe in and breathe out, allowing yourself to breathe in that which is for you and release out all that no longer serves. Maybe even you can see the exhale, the energy of it, like it was a frosty cold morning, blowing out. Just as you can see the cool fresh air running like water down the throat, cooling you, cooling down in the diaphragm before a lovely exhale rises out, merging with the air around you. The heart center reminds us that this partnership in the breath is itself a great service. It serves that beautiful green light all around us. That is why the heart center is so green and why we see the trees always present here, whether it's a view out a window or plants in the room or whether we are in a forest of sorts here at the heart. Perhaps you'd like to bring your hands together in prayer, Anjali Mudra at the heart. Perhaps you'd like to bring your hands to your heart in your chest, feeling your heartbeat and the warmth of the heart center radiating. Take a few conscious breaths, allowing that sense of the heart center to expand and permeate that visualization. Allow it to merge directly with the world around you so that that place takes up this place. They become two and the same. small internal visualization becomes an image overlay of the great 3D first-person visualization we see around us. Now the colors to merge together, to bleed through. Breathe life into both and into yourself as well, the great caster of these images, separate and yet the same. Breathe full breaths deeply into all of these capacities and layers, these visualizations and images, these centers and layers and levels. They are all realities all of their own. So we mindfully and gratefully breathe our attention and intention, our livelihood, these moments here, these last moments before I get ready to ring my bowl. Take a few conscious breaths at your own pace and speed. Breathing 360-degree breaths, full spectrum, knowing and gnosis, light and love. Gratefully allowing each breath to slowly move into the next. Take a moment to wiggle your fingers and toes and prepare to return to the moment. A little loud on the last one. Okay, now I'll take my deck out here. And we will thank our lovely saints and angels, the ascended masters, our ancestors, God, Source, Mother Earth, the fairies, elementals, our higher selves, all of those beings and entities of higher and lower frequencies and densities. We call to you and we ask you to speak your truths, to be known and heard in the slips, in the known spaces. We embrace you, we acknowledge your presence, and allow you to speak as well. We thank the whole circle, light and shadow, positive and negative, for all the impressions, all the experiences, and we ask for any variety of input that feels called forth to speak in the here and now, as we embrace all directionalities with unconditional love and acceptance. For that is what the light is, and that is what the seeking of higher frequencies, of the higher centers in love and light, truly seek to bestow upon all. So we ask for your guidance here through these beautiful cards to offer support, advice, and exercises of working in the week to come here under our wonderful umbrella of the Ace of Cups for the individual as well as the collective. We thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, well, child, little 3 unknown slip-ups, Freudian slips like I like to call them. Oh, I love that. Lower frequency and higher frequencies. Typically I don't say that. I say higher densities and frequencies who watch and witness, and all are, and all do, and we thank you. I'm going to take it down to an old school, kindling the child like in me. Perhaps we'll do a knock and a cut ask. Oh, practice makes perfect with our guardian angel this week. I love that. I love the card as a guardian angel card this week as well, which, is a tip to the cap to us that we've been doing great solid work and that we have the work within ourselves And we don't need to do any external seeking or any external working to bring in any different resources this week. That the inner foundation is strong, and that the inner guardian angel ourselves has the resources to do the work this week. And to have practice makes perfect as the message as well. Such a lovely message. I'll read the card just in case there's any certain key terms or anything in there that calls to anyone. Page 67. Practice, practice, practice. That's the message that your guardian angel has for you. The way for you to achieve what you're asking about is to practice your craft regularly. Your guardian angel will help you to carve out the time in your schedule to allow for regular work. And that's so important. And to be free to switch up things and to see things in different ways is such a great teaching for myself that I have learned to move through, that I feel is such a key word, key phrase here. This is a positive message for you to spend more time doing what you love. Practicing a new skill helps you become more proficient and confident, which positively affects other areas of your life too. This can also be a message for you to start up a private practice as a healer. Yet, in the same way, you must work at your healing skills to ensure that you're honed to the highest degree. Practice makes perfect is an old adage, and you don't need to perfect your skills. You just need to practice them. I love that message. I love this card for this week. On such a, like I said, this childlike energetics. It's so important for us to give that inner child within us free space to practice with no judgments or criticism or these really false and negative in sort of infringing critiques or assumptions, expectations, all of those kind of things that make us catch up when we really just want to fly free and practice something anew, afresh, try something out, be free to make mistakes, and allow things to be malleable in their working. I find it's such a crucial practice, and it never gets old. It's never too late to do it. You're never too old to rekindle a relationship with the inner child, and to allow it to come up. We don't, not to let the toddler drive the car here, but to allow and remember that there's great lessons to be learned from that toddler-esque inner child and all of the characteristics and scenarios that come along with it. So what a great message for this week. I'm so excited. Keep up with good practice, to do good practice, and love to hear anything that anyone has to say about their own practices or struggles they're having even with their practices, that they've made it through, that they have found have been helpful in cultivating good practices, or even maybe I'll reshare the link to a blog on YouTube and BitChute if you're finding me there. Maybe I'll reshare it on Telegram, but I did just share it recently, so you could just hit the search button and in Telegram and search for to commit or not to commit, I think is what I called the blog. Or commitments in general, that word, because I know that that search term will bring you, or if you just scroll up a little bit, it was just a couple days ago, I put up a blog about commitments to the self, and the tightrope walk of it, and how difficult it is, but yet how gratifying it is, and how we create a spiritual momentum and a great potential energetics in our body when we do cultivate great practices and commitments to the self, and when we honor them. The payout is amplified because of the fact that there is nobody else except you and Source as a part of that promise or commitment. So if you want to hear more about what I have to say about that, I've done a whole blog on it. So you can find that, like I said, in those places and spaces. And thank you so much for giving me your audience. Thank you for joining me here today to hear the cards. I hope you have a wonderful Friday, beautiful weekends. And if you are in the future, hey, have a wonderful day, or whatever evening it is, wherever you are in the world. Hope it's wonderful. Make it wonderful. And I hope you'll tune in next Friday. I'll see you next time.